chat here from Rational Rednecks. It's a question for Sheena.
Oh, no.
Says you were taking HGH testosterone. Have there been any changes to mood or sex drive that have surprised you?
I'm always horny.
But
no, I have to tone it down.
Does it help you in your line of work?
It does, because I'm 40 years old and my sex drive did plummet. I got blood work done. You need to get that blood work done obviously first, and you want to get the tumor marker testing done because HGH will make cancer grow. And you also don't want to overdo it on the testosterone because then your clit gets big and it's going to be like a micropenis.
Hold on. Are you doing anything besides test? Are you doing?
I was going to do Anavar also, but I just can't remember.
You don't need Anavar. You don't need to do Anavar.
I want abs.
do lady Anavar.
No, I just
10 milligrams.
The problem is like you have
no.
You should not even do 5. No, if you're going to do Anavar, don't even do 5. That's correct. Yeah, don't do that. There's no reason. You're not trying to bench press 225. You're not trying to
get back in the gym anyways. But yeah, HGH is the fountain of youth.
Yeah,
so I look 40.
Yeah,
okay.
so
exactly.
So the issue. Yeah, so that's interesting. Try to follow.
I have a background in medicine also, so
Good.
I already worked in this, and I worked in a doctor's office that did this stuff.
Are you open to saying how many mgs per week they have you take?
I'm not prescribed of it. That's what I'm saying.
No,
I have experience of all this. Well,
I'm sorry. No, you were.
You are.
What did the doctor tell you?
Yeah,
I prescribed myself.
Okay. All right. So
she knows medicine.
So here's the thing. Has it made it where you can? So one of the big differences between men and women is men. If you were to take the median man, so meaning 50% of men above and 50% below, the median man's desire for sexual variety would put him in the top 3 or 2% of women. Meaning only 1 or 2% of women want more sexual variety than the median man. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because pussy's great, but new pussy's better.
Yeah, so let me ask you something.
Said the girl on HGH.
Has taking testosterone made you desirous of different partners and not care as much?
I'm looking at guys really long and hard now, and I'm just kind of like, what would I do?
But you understand, women in general, their desire for new partners is not as strong as men's because we have 17 times as much testosterone.
I don't even know my body count. I don't even care about that anymore.
Got it. Okay. So, yeah. But what I'm saying is, were you like this before the test?
When I was younger, I was definitely that same high energy sex. I was a swinger before I even got into the industry. So yeah, I feel like it just kind of reverted me back.
So you mean the meaningless sex was easier?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So that's why I'm asking the question, because generally it's not that women can't have meaningless sex. It's just they don't have as much as men. They don't desire as much as men.
I feel like I've been weird my whole life like that.
You picked the right profession.
I've always been exactly right. Yeah,
I think you picked the right profession.
You found your calling.
Yeah.
No, my question was this though, and maybe more to this guy's point is, the women that I've known who have been on anabolics, like they're female bodybuilders, the first thing they have told me is that they can't believe guys are like this all the time because they're they can't believe how horny they are.
It's distracting. It's very distracting.
You're in a female dose. You're in a female dose.
Yeah, I'm not taking. Guys should be on 1 cc.
You're not taking 300.
No, I'm taking 0.25.
Right,
and I have to do it every other week because if I did it every week, then my clit was starting to get a little bigger than I would like it to be. Mm-hmm. It was yeah.
You're taking 25 mgs a week. That averages out to about 25 milligrams a week.
Well, every other week.
No, I know. Every week is 50. So it's every other week. So every other week would be 25.
Okay.
0.25
I'm really
is
bad
50
at math.
million.
I'm great at counting money, though.
Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, dudes here, I know dudes taking 300 a week. And you're taking 25 a week. So you're taking a female dose. So imagine taking the female bodybuilders who are taking 200, 300 a week plus Anavar. It is crazy. That's why you hear I meet couples they're both bodybuilders and they do this. That's where the term deca-dick comes from. It's they do these crazy. Yeah. No, go ahead. You know what I'm talking about.
No, but I'm scared. I'm oh my gosh. Who becomes the man at that point? I'm
deca-dick?
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually ever heard of that. But wow. How are you attracted?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying.
It's larger than I would like it to be.
She's bigger than you.
Like a micropenis.
Some men like that.
Yeah, it goes back.
Was there more stimulation in it? I mean,
that's what I don't think it's not necessarily going to change your height.
get off by actually.
So
rubbing
I mean, maybe
myself.
broad wise,
But the
like,
problem is
like
that it was
muscularity.
Before, I
Well,
used to have,
one
like,
conversation
no
at a time.
feeling.
You're talking about rubbing yourself.
I
Go
know,
ahead.
sorry.
What were you saying? I think this is the one we
Yeah,
want to
this
listen
is
to.
the one we
the
want.
most
This is
important one.
You rubbing
This is
yourself.
the content they come
Masturbating is
for.
so much easier, and being able to orgasm was so much easier because of doing the testosterone and like. The
So I guess,
sensitivity.
Well, but
there's another question I'm asking. I know for some women, for them to get off through masturbation, there's a mental block they have. Does the testosterone help alleviate that mental block?
For sure.
Or maybe you just never had it.
It sounds so
No,
interesting, but scary at the same time.
A mental
If you
block.
have,
I have
like,
that
the
mental
right
block.
person
Of
where
course.
you're like connected, then I mean, personally, I come from the medical industry as well, and so like even when my partners in the past have been trying to go on testosterone or things like that, maybe it's because they're older. I just don't understand the reason why. I mean,
Really?
Well, okay, because this is
As a woman or as a man?
as a woman,
for
Oh,
both.
it's
It's
a
called
woman.
andropause and menopause, and so we would do hormone replacement
Yeah.
therapy in the doctor's office that I would work in. And instead of you just crashing down, landing, we would give you these hormones to kind of make it a cloud that you just kind of float
But it's not,
down
like, the
into
natural
it.
process.
So let me help you with. So you don't really want the natural process of things because throughout evolution,
Devastating.
once you have a child, like in your 20s or whenever, are we good?
They're good.
Oh, the microphone wasn't working.
You guys are.
Okay, cool. The warranty, the way I like to say it is like your ancestors lived long enough to have children, and then that was it. The warranty's done at that point. This is why you see diabetes and cancer and things like this happen because the warranty's off. The human body was not designed to live that long. So that's why we do things like take peptides. We start to eat more natural foods, other things like this.
We brush our teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, dental care and antibiotics have done so much to prolong the human life, not span, but the life expectancy. The span has been around the same. There's been people who lived about 120 years, even 200 years ago. But the expectancy per person has increased mainly because, like I said before, there's a few things, but mainly they have to do with modern medical innovation
And dental.
dentistry, and they have to do with antibiotics. But going back to what you're saying before, why would women want to do this? It's because when you lose. So women have more testosterone than estrogen. A lot of people don't realize this. They don't have as much testosterone as men, but they have more testosterone than estrogen. You need some testosterone. You do have muscle mass. You do need to push shit. You need a certain level of aggression and assertiveness. There needs to be some there.
but doesn't that naturally happen in the body through working out and like natural things like that in the woman's body? I don't
Yeah.
know what to do with this. It's not
Just grab it and bring it to you. There
What
you
do you
go.
want me
Just
to
love
Get it all
There you
up
go.
in there.
There you go. So yes,
right,
and,
like
and the
you
natural
working out.
progression for men. Like I'll give you an example. Do you guys remember Archie Bunker from All in the Family? Did you guys remember him playing? No, Carol O'Connor. Anyway, he's smoking cigarettes. He's overweight. He's balding or whatever. And I wish we could show you a picture of what Archie Bunker looked like. Him and I are the same age. You would not believe we're the same species if you were to see that we look the same age. And the reason why is because when he was doing that in the 1970s, people who are 47 years old in the 1970s looked like they were near death.
100%.
People today, I'm 47 years old, we don't look like that anymore. We can run marathons and have lots of sex and work out 7 days a week. And it's very different. I also run an 8-figure company. That's not something I'd be able to do had there not been advances in TRT. Now you're asking about for women because women, they still want to be at a normal level. They don't want to be so low that they have nothing going on as far as testosterone is concerned.
Like
Does that make
every
sense?
woman that I know, and I'm not saying you because I don't know you,
Yeah.
but they get really masculine and it takes away their femininity like when they're on testosterone, and I'm not too sure if it's like something that changes in the brain. And I mean personally, like I don't like that.
So let me say this. Like I don't think you would need it because you don't have the issues that I'm referring to. I'm just saying for some women, it also makes your skin better. Like there's a lot of reasons why people would take it. You might want to investigate whether or not they're abusing it, because it is addictive. I will tell you right now, like it is. When I first got on TRT, I was like, "Holy shit! I want to take give me all the TRT.
like a high.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Let me take more."
Is it kind of like pre-workout then?
No. It's not like so. Pre-workout would be a stimulant like caffeine. The best way for me to explain this is testosterone makes effort feel good. So like you're going to go lift a bunch of weight and you will feel a strain on your body, but you get this dopamine high because you lifted the weight. It's the feeling after maybe you roll in jujitsu and you tap someone out and you guys have been going back and forth, and that high you get afterwards, that's what testosterone makes you feel that more. Does that make sense? It also,
Accomplishment.
Well, partially mentally,
Mhm.
but it also aids in protein synthesis. So what happens is if you have higher testosterone, a lot more of those calories you take in go into repairing your muscles, and so it burns those calories that way. So you carry less fat, you carry more muscle. Now the other problem is it also grows your heart over time. It makes your the heart muscle bigger, which is bad for longevity. That makes sense. And like right now, probably last summer, I'm 6'1", I weighed 237 pounds and very, very little fat. That was not good for me because of my hip and my knee. Like, it's not good for me to weigh 237 pounds. So now I'm down to about 212. And that was a situation where you'll just keep getting bigger. You'll eat more, you'll lift more, you just keep getting bigger. So you have to watch that part as well.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I've been on TRT for a little over about a year and a half now because this guy got me into it.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have done it sooner, quite honestly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I wish I would have because
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it for guys under 33. At 33, I would recommend you start looking, unless you just have just super big eyes sitting in your head. Your very whiny voice. You're just like no muscle mass whatsoever. Like, I have some clients that are like Indian dudes with just skinny as shit, and I'm like, bro,
I tell you what's funny is like when I first encountered like people who were on TRT, like Rich Cooper was on TRT for a while, and he was telling me I should do it. I never really got it until you like suggested it, and then and now I understand, and now I get it. You know, once you get to like week 8 or week 10, while you're on there, I'm like, okay, now I understand what you're talking. Like the colors in your world change, right? You're not. I don't know how to explain this, but it's almost there's a function of analgesia there, where like I'm not afraid of pain as much. Like I really would. I know it sounds insane because there's no way I should be able to do this, but I want to go back to my high school football field and play defensive end again. But I'm 47. I should not be trying to do this. But like I want to go do. Like my body wants to go. It's so crazy. And like I get. The problem is though. This is for me is that I have 8 years of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and 6 years of football and 25 years of basketball, my joints are not repaired. I don't have the joints of a 19-year-old, even though I have the endocrine system of a 19-year-old. And I get myself in a lot of trouble where I fuck up my. I still have a shoulder injury.
That's
like,
the main issue.
I can like my working weight right now when I'm benching is 225. Yeah. So I'm at two plates right now, but I'm still 56 years old. Yeah. So it's like my tendons and my joints and everything are still that much.
No, dude,
you'll see like
tear muscles, all like
you have to be.
Do you
very,
guys
very
cold
careful.
plunge?
Yeah, I do a cold plunge a lot. Now, the problem with the cold plunge thing is that if you do cold plunge and then you go lift, like I did 2 cold plunges and then I was doing a set of 15 at 225. I actually tore this muscle right here because I wasn't loose enough to go do that. I was easily strong enough to do it. Had it been on the Smith machine, I could have done 20 reps. But because I was doing free weight, then I like at rep 12, I heard this popping noise, and I wasn't able to do bench press again for like another 6 weeks.